Hello friends, my name is the Real Emile, and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic. This time taking a look at the 1990 Mazda MX-5 V Special NA. This car was requested by the Scotian Racer, as was pretty much every single other MX-5. Now, we've had one of these go around before, the NA models, and it did not particularly well. That one had the racing modification, this one does not. I've decided to run the V Specials without racing modification. I believe one of them is running turbo and one of them is running naturally aspirated, which is this car. This is the naturally aspirated one. Anyways, front-engined rear-wheel drive, 205 horsepower, 910 kilos of weight, not a whole lot of torque. In my opinion, though, one of the better looking MX-5s in the game. I love the beige coloured roof, it does look pretty cool. Anyways, it's now time to see how it gets on with 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track. Our current leader is Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak Edition at a time of 27.710, which the MX-5 is obviously unlikely to beat. The best place for this car to aim for would be for, well, where the previous MX-5 got, which was a 33.9, I believe. It was a pretty low scoring time. Now, of course, that car was driven around here a long time ago. In fact, I believe that was the... oh god, that would have been like the 9th car to go around the track. 8th, 9th car, something like that. It was a very long time ago, but as I said, you know, that one was actually kind of similar to this, just without the racing mod, which does mean that it is a little bit lighter. And of course it does have the adjustable downforce, and never mind that. 33.666 on this MX-5's first run. Yeah, if I remember rightly, my criticisms of that first MX-5 was it was a pretty nice car to drive. It just didn't really have... it was definitely more set up for fun more than anything, but then again, I mean, you know, part of the issue for that could have been the lightweight, so maybe that's the reason why this car might be quicker. You know, sometimes a car being heavier isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, granted, this isn't a heavy car, it's 910 kilos, which really is not a whole lot of weight. So, yeah, you know, it's a little bit of extra weight could actually add a little bit of stability to this MX-5. Of course, there's also the natural fact of I just know this course a little bit better than what I did when I was driving that MX-5 around before. Yeah, I will say though, I think this actually is a little bit nicer to drive than that previous MX-5, because, you know, that did have the issues with going sideways a lot, go off course there. Have to come back on to correct it. A little bit annoying when that happens, but, you know, it happens. Sometimes you can't really do anything about it. I hate games that have that sort of system though. Oh no, you've gone off the track, it's an invalid time. It's like, unless I'm like actually genuinely corner cutting, it doesn't really matter. Forza's the worst for that because it has that thing where it's just like, oh no. Actually no, Gran Turismo has that thing as well, where if you like drop off on the final section of the track, then it dirties the next lap, which is incredibly stupid if you ask me, but there you go. I can see why they do it, I just hate the fact that they do. If we can get this under 33, I will be very impressed. Yeah, I mean, I think we've had an MB MX-5 round, and that got like a 32.7. Of course, that one was running like 270 horsepower, and this one's only running 205, I think it was. But yeah, I mean, this feels pretty solid. It feels really quite nice to drive. As I said, I don't know if it is any better than the previous MX-5, but it certainly feels it. You'll lose it a little bit on that final corner, but we do get under 33 or 32.7, which, yeah, I believe that is actually where the NA is. Maybe I'm just being really quick today or something, I don't really know, but yeah, it seems to be tackling it quite nicely, and it's only improving. But yeah, it's a really solid car to drive, this one, actually. I do rather like it. Again, I've, you know, spoken about the difference between NA and MB. I'm more of an MB man personally, but yeah, I mean, this NA is quite a nice car to drive. Try and swing it into the final corner. Ooh, 32.263. Wow. Yeah, that's a good old turn of events for the MX-5s. I think the other one got a 32.7. I hate saying the times of the other cars on track because I always forget about what the actual cars got. But yeah, that was a really very solid performance from this MX-5. So yeah, awesome. Apparently my fastest third sector was on the first lap I did, which is interesting. Anyways, let's go see where it places on our leaderboard. On to the leaderboard then, and the Mazda MX-5 V Special goes into 86th place with a 32.263, which is an extremely good time. It beats out the NB MX-5 V Special that we had go around by 0.5 of a second, and it also beats the standard MX-5 that we had go around by way over a second, so a really very good time from that car. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Hot Lap Classic. As always, if you want to request cars for the series, you can do so in the comment section and go into the description for a full request list form. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, farewell.